Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Today, we're going to take a little stroll through, shipping costs because guess what? The local UPS has raised their cost. I didn't know this one was coming. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I forgot about it. But I noticed on eBay that my normal envelopes just got a lot more expensive. And that also means so did everything else. So when those people out there offering you free shipping, just know they're the ones flipping the bill for this. And if people charge you shipping, don't be surprised when it's really big. So before we get started on that, though, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Comments down below will feed that YouTube algorithm. You can be a YouTube patron like my boy Sawyer to get you some sweet pre-release deals, card deals, and what have you. There's also links in the description to eBay TCG Player. You can find all the cards. Every Saturday, we have a Whatnot stream now. So 9 p.m. on Saturdays, I try to do some fun stuff, pack cracks, and some other stuff. Got bingo coming up this next Saturday, which with some decent prizes. Guys, tell me what you think. I'm just spitballing in the dark here, so, Anyway. Also, don't forget, links in the description to the Otaku Shop. 10% off. Captain Clyde will help you out in the discount code. Or if you just click the link, it'll just give it to you automatically. But all your sweet anime needs are over there at the Otaku Shop, so go check those little fellas out. So, with all this said and done, let's talk about shipping. So, what you see here is the basic shipping that someone on eBay will see when they want to ship one card. Now, that card has to be $20 or less for you to get this eBay standard envelope option. And what that basically means is it's a 6x4x4 envelope or 6x6x4, well, whatever the hell it is. It tells you there the max dimensions it could be. Also, it has to be machinable. I know a lot of people often wonder why I put cardboard in mine instead of rigid sleeves or top loaders, because a lot of times those do not go through the machine correctly, which causes them to get sent back immediately, and they charge you extra. It's not worth the trouble. And to be fair, cardboard often does better, because I've seen if something's going to get damaged, trust me, it's going to damage a top loader. I have seen it. It's not pretty. Unless you're putting some metal in there, you ain't stopping it. So anyway, point being, this used to be a 69-cent service. It is now a 74-cent service. And you may be thinking, well, Captain, that sounds like it sucks, but what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is this service first came out as 49 cents. Every time stamps go up, that obviously affects this. And the problem with that lies in with most people who ship is it means they list things at a higher price, because let me just tell you, the more it costs to ship, the more I have to charge for a card to actually break even or make a profit. What that really means for us smaller individuals is I won't list stuff that's relatively cheap online because I lose money to ship it to somebody. So there's no point in me putting it online. I'll just bulk it out to somebody or not list it at all until the price goes up. And that it doesn't matter if it's old sets or new sets. Which is why a lot of times when you see card spikes, you'll see a bunch of cards suddenly come to the market because people hold on to those cards instead of selling them because it's not worth the value to sell them. Now, that's how it affects you. So also keep in mind, if you want to sell or you buy from someone, that these are the kind of costs that they're incurring. Now, mind you, this is also this doesn't include the price of the envelope, the penny sleeve, cardboard, or anything else they put in there, ink to print the thing. Like, this is just a flat base cost. I believe to ship a card, it roughly costs about $1.31, give or take. So when you buy a card for $1.50 after fees from eBay and everything, you basically lose money as a seller. So, quite often, I don't list stuff below $1.75. That way I can at least make 10 cents, give or take. And I know people in the comment section, oh, I do auctions and I sell groups of 4 for $2.50. Oh, cool. I'm glad you do. And if it does work for you, I'd like to see why your store is not bigger and why you don't have a whole bunch more money. So anyway, moving on. With that being said, this is for, right, you see right here is it's a 3-ounce max. Now, with that being said, the 3-ounce max is just for you to qualify for the eBay standard envelope. That does not mean that 74 cents pays for up to 3 ounces, which can be a couple cards. This pays for 1 ounce. So what that means is if I had 2 ounces, which is 2 cards, I would have to go in and change that number on top to 2 ounces, which down here you can now see raises the cost from 74 cents to $1.03 for the same envelope. So I basically have to pay an extra 29 cents just for that. And you'll notice here, this order was, $7.58. I didn't mind putting the extra money up for it. So yeah, and once I realized that the prices looked weird and that the actual price of shipping had went up, I started thinking, well, hell, what's everything cost at the end of the day? So I went in, and at 3 ounces, which is your max, if you went up to 3 ounces for the exact same envelope, which is the most you can do, it's $1.32. And this one was $1.03. So another, is that 29 cents? Yeah, another 29 cents increase for 3 ounces. Now, here's how this works. If you have multiple cards, you can probably fit 4 or 5 cards in one of these shipping labels. The problem is it will begin to get so rigid that it will not go through the sorter, and it will kick it back to you, so you can't put it in as a penny. If you put it in as 3 ounces and you pay the extra $1.32, there's a surcharge that they do to hand sort, which is like 60 cents or something, which is 50, 60, something like that, maybe even 30. But if you put all the way up to 3 ounces, what happens is if it gets kicked out of the sorter, because you paid the extra and not just the base cost, they will hand sort it. It will continue on. However, often tracking won't go on it as planned most times, because when it's hand sorted, they have issues doing it right, because, when anybody does anything manually, they're apparently not smart. We'll say that. Keep it PC. Anyway, so these are the kind of problems that us shippers are facing, and if you're actually out there going to ship anything, that you will also be facing. Because as you notice on here, Ground Advantage is $4.14. This used to be $3.96. Actually, it used to be $3.76 at one point. And just regular pricing is going up as well. And of course, FedEx is just awful. But anyway, even the flat rate stuff is going up. So if you look on here, used to flat rate items were, as long as it fit inside the box that you got from the post office, you could ship anything you want up to like 100 pounds, which is hard to get 100 pounds in one of those little boxes, but trust me, it's possible. But flat rate boxes have also went up in price. One of the boxes I use a lot of is this one right here, this medium flat rate box, $15.80. This was around $14. This has went up by about $1 at least, maybe more, because I just shipped some of these. I also just shipped large boxes that were flat rate, and they were not $22.65. These were $21.50-ish, I think. And I'll be honest with you, at one point, I used to use a lot of these flat rate boxes just because the price was not much higher than ground rate. Like I remember I used to ship flat rate boxes that were large for like, I think it was 18 something, maybe 19. I can't remember now. It's been a while. Been doing this for a while. Can't remember all the prices. But yeah, so I guess everything's getting expensive. The only benefit to this is I highly suggest buying some forever stamps while they're cheap. Because again, once the forever stamps go away for the year, the new stamps that come out are at the new price. And since they're forever stamps, if people have a bunch of the old forever stamps, they can just sell them at the new price instead of the old price, because that's the price for the forever stamp. That makes sense. Probably not, but I'm sure somebody out there can do the math on that. So there you have it, guys. If you're going to start shipping stuff, the longer we get into this and the more we go, the more expensive it's going to get. For too long, shipping is going to be a serious issue with cost. So And no, this is not because of tariffs. This is domestic. For the love of Christ. Hear it already. Till next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table. Because God knows I ain't going to be able to afford to ship this shit to you. Good God.